friends, how are you all? I hope you all are fine, you all are enjoying by staying at home. Now welcome back to our lecture which was dealing with the chapter 1, that is a reproduction in organism. In the previous lecture I had told you about the types of asexual reproduction, in which the 4 topics have been discussed properly, but the remaining 2 topics, that was the vegetative reproduction and the second one is spore formation, was left to be explained. So today I am going to explain these 2 topics in detail. Before that I want to revise the different types. First of all, I have explained your fission, second was your budding, third was your fragmentation, and fourth one was regeneration. Fifth is your vegetative reproduction, which is also known as the vegetative propagation, and sixth one is known as the spore formation. So first of all, I am going to explain you what is spore formation. Actually, what are spores? Spores are the unicellular structures which are capable of producing the new organism when they are getting the favorable conditions, means the conditions which are good for their germination. So based upon the what types of spores are formed, whether they are formed endogenously, whether they are formed exogenously, whether they are motile, they are non-motile, the spore formation can be broadly classified into the further 3 types. What are they? First are known as zoospores, second are known as conidias, and third one are known as gammules. Right? What are zoospores? Zoo, we know that zoo word is represented for the animals, and spores means we know that all the animals are capable of locomotion or movement. Similarly, the zoospores are the spores which are characterized by, first of all, they are unicellular, second one, they are motile. Motility is provided by the special structures known as the flagella. When we say that the spores are motile, means they are having the flagella. This type of spores are basically formed in the lower organisms like the simple fungi and algae. Okay, so these are the spores, zoospores. The spores are formed basically in the special structures known as the sporangium. So when these zoospores are formed, then the fruiting bodies are known as the zoosporangium. Is it clear? Any doubt? Now, zoospores are formed, example, that is in case of the Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas, you all know the structure of the Chlamydomonas. It is like this one. It is having the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm and the 2 flagella. Because of the presence of these 2 flagella, they are able to move or swim within the water currents. That's why they are said to be motile. Is it clear? Now, second one is conidia. What are conidias? Conidias are basically, they are also the asexual reproductive spores which are non-motile. They are specifically non-motile. They are produced endogenously. What do you mean by endogenously? Endogenously means the spores which is produced within the sporangium. Then these types of spores, or we can say that when the spores are produced within the body, that type of spores are known as your endogenously spores. Is it clear? Any doubt? Now, these spores are basically in the 2 forms. They can be in the single form, they can be produced externally in the forms of the individuals, as in case of the Phytophthora. फाइटोप्थोरा के केस में क्या होता है, जो कोनिडियाज होते हैं वो एक्सटर्नली प्रोड्यूस होते हैं और सिंगली प्रोड्यूस होते हैं, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर हम बात करते हैं किसकी, फाइटोप्थोरा के अलावा अगर हम पेनिसिलियम की बात करते हैं, पेनिसिलिन की बात करते हैं, तो पेनिसिलिन के केस में क्या होता है, दे अकर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ चेन्स, ये चेन्स के ऊपर होते हैं। और जस्ट पर्टिकुलर बिकॉज वी ऑल नो दैट पेनिसिलिन एंड फाइटोप्थोरा दे आर द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ द फंजाई, एंड फंजाई के केस में जो बॉडी होती है वो किसके फॉर्म में होती है, हाइफा के फॉर्म में। तो वो हाइफा ये कह सकते हैं वो स्पेशल फ्रूटिंग बॉडीज़ जिस या वो स्पेशल हाइफा जिसके ऊपर कोनिडियाज फॉर्म होते हैं, दे आर नोन एज कोनिडियोफोर्स। इज इट क्लियर? सो द कोनिडियाज आर फॉर्म्ड exogenously or endogenously, they can be singly, they can be chains, and they are produced within the special fruiting bodies, special hypha known as the conidiophores. After this we are dealing with the gammules. What are gammules? In case of the sponges, what are sponges? Which belong to the phylum Porifera. You have earlier seen in the class 11th chapter 4 animal kingdom, we are having a phylum known as the Porifera. In case of Porifera, all sponges are belonging. So in case of sponges, the body is having a special structures known as the gammules. These gammules on release of the favorable conditions come out of the fruiting bodies and they disperse with the help of the water currents, with the help of the air, and they germinate wherever they get settled down. Now I am repeating again, zoospores are the ones which are motile, they are unicellular, okay, they are the asexual structures, they are having the flagella because of which they are able to locomote, they are able to move. Example is your Chlamydomonas. Now what are conidias? Conidias are the asexual reproductive unicellular structures which are produced endogenously or externally. We can say that they are non-motile because they don't have any flagella. They get transferred with the help of the water currents, or we can say that with the help of the air. In this, the conidias are developing on the special hypha known as the conidiophores. Conidiophores can result in the formation of the spores either singly, example is your Phytophthora, or they can occur in chains as in the example of the penicillin. Third one, which is the most important from the exam point of view, what are gammules? They are belonging to the porifera, that is the sponges, where they remain covered, they are remain protected within a covering known as the archaeocytes, which are spicules shaped. जो archaeocytes होते हैं वो somewhat gammules के केस में क्या होता है, इस टाइप की एक ये रिप्रोडक्टिव बॉडी होती है, यहाँ पे ये ऐसे होता है, ये पूरी फ्रूटिंग बॉडी के अंदर यहाँ पे आपके स्पोर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, और यहाँ पे क्या होती है, स्पिंडल शेप्ड सेल्स होती हैं जिनको हम आर्कियोसाइट्स बोलते हैं. दीज help in protecting from the predators because the predators can eat these particular fruiting bodies. So these spicules help them to prevent from the predators. So this is the topic regarding the spore formation explanation. I am moving to the next topic, that is the vegetative reproduction. Now after spore formation we are coming back to the vegetative reproduction, which is also known as your vegetative propagation. Vegetative means the parts of the plant which are not associated with the reproduction. It includes the parts like stems, leaves, roots, buds, etc. Okay. What are the reproductive parts? Reproductive parts are the parts associated with the flowers. Flower is the main reproductive unit of the plant. So besides, except the flower, whatever parts we are using for the reproduction, they are known as vegetative propagules. What are vegetative propagules? Vegetative propagules. Vegetative propagules are the parts of the plant like they can be stems, they can be roots, they can be leaves, they can be birds, etc. These parts are known as the vegetative propagules because they are helping for the reproduction by the vegetative parts. Now in this vegetative reproduction, we are going to have the different types of the vegetative structures which are used in the different plants for the process of reproduction. I am giving you certain examples which come as in the 1 mark question. I am giving you the name of the plant and the name of the vegetative reproductive structure. Vegetative structures, and these are your plants, and the plants, in which plants they are present. Suppose we are talking about the bulbil. What are bulbil? And the plants, first vegetative structure is known as bulbils, which is found in the plant known as the agave plant. You have seen agave plant, it's like celery जैसे होता है ना, उस टाइप का प्लांट होता है. उसमें छोटे छोटे से लीफ लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स जो होते हैं which are able to give rise to the new organism of an agave plant. That particular fruiting bodies are known as the bulbils. Now the second is case of the, what are they? Bulbs. What are bulbs? You all use onion and garlic in daily life. Onion and garlic are the best examples of the bulbs because in this case the leaves are modified for the storage purpose and these are known as your bulbs. So example will be onion and your what? Garlic. Now the third one which we use as a rhizome. What is rhizome? It is a type of, it is a modified stem. ठीक है, rhizome is the, rhizome का जो best example होता है that is your ginger. आप लोग सर्दियों में अदरक की चाय पीते हैं, तो जो अदरक है वो अदरक क्या है? It is a type of rhizome. Okay. Now आप लोग अब डेली, बहुत सारे लोग जो होते हैं वो हरी सब्जियां बहुत कम खाते हैं, वो सिर्फ आलू पे ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं. तो अगर हम आलू की बात करते हैं तो उसके केस में जो वेजिटेटिव स्ट्रक्चर होता है उसे हम आइज बोलते हैं. सो इट इज़ फाउंड इन योर पोटैटो प्लांट. इज इट क्लियर? नाउ हैव यू ऑल हर्ड अबाउट द ब्रायोफिलम प्लांट? आपने ब्रायोफिलम प्लांट देखा है? उसकी लीफ बहुत फ्लैशी होती है, उसके जो लीव्स के नॉचेस होते हैं वहाँ पे छोटी छोटी बर्ड्स होती हैं जिनको हम एडवेंटिशियस बर्ड्स बोलते हैं. Then the birds are the type of vegetative structures which are found in your bryophyllum. Is it clear? Now the sixth one. Have you heard about a water hyacinth? Pistia. These are the examples. These are the mainly aquatic plants, and in this case, these are the two plants. There are horizontal bonding occurs between them which gets swollen up to store the food, and that structure is known as offset. So next is offset, which is found in the offset. किसमें बताया था मैंने आपको अभी? Water hyacinth. And next is your pistia. Is it okay? Now the seventh one. ऑफसेट के अलावा और किस किस में चीज़ें प्रेजेंट होती हैं? उसके बाद आता है आपका रनर. वाटर रनर. आपने देखा होगा कि आप घास लगाते हो, आप एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में लगाते हो, वो पूरे में फैल जाती है क्योंकि वो हॉरिजॉन्टली मूव करती है. वो हॉरिजॉन्टली जिस वेजिटेटिव स्ट्रक्चर्स की हेल्प से मूव करती है दैट इज़ नोन एज रनर्स. इसीलिए हम मेनली ग्रासेस को रनर्स भी कहते हैं बिकॉज दे मूव हॉरिजॉन्टली. एंड उसका जो प्लांट है वो मेनली आता है ऑक्सैलिस. So in case of the oxalis, the runner is the vegetative structure. Now the last one, that is the eighth one, and you have heard about mint. आपने अभी गर्मियाँ चल रही हैं, आप लोग डेली शिकंजी बना के लैमिनेट्स पीते होगे. लैमिनेट्स में आप मिंट ज़रूर यूज़ करते होगे because it is said that mint provide you freshness, a type of coolness. And in case of the mint, the particular vegetative structure is known as suckers. So suckers are present in the plant known as your mate. So I have given you a list of the vegetative structures and the plants in which they are found. In this topic you have to basically learn this one, or you have to memorize this one, so that you can score better marks in the 1 mark questions. Okay. Besides this, vegetative propagation can be done naturally using the stems, leaves. Vegetative reproduction can be done either naturally or by the artificial methods. Natural methods are the one in which we use the roots, stems, leaves and buds, but artificials are the ones in which manipulation is used by the humans. These involves the cutting, stem cuttings. आपने देखा होगा, आपने सुना होगा कि अगर हम क्या करें, रोज़ प्लांट की स्टेम कटिंग्स लेकर आएँ और उसे अगर हम प्रॉपर सॉइल में डिग कर दें, उसको प्रॉपर वाटरिंग करें, सनलाइट प्रोवाइड करें, तो उससे एक न्यू प्लांट आ जाता है. तो दैट इज़ द एग्जांपल ऑफ द आर्टिफिशियल vegetative propagation. Another example is known as your layering. What is layering? Have you heard about the jasmine plant? Right, हाँ, जिसकी खुशबू बहुत अच्छी होती है. जैस्मिन प्लांट के केस में क्या होता है, जैस्मिन प्लांट के केस में वो एक श्रब है. यू ऑल नो अबाउट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द हर्ब, श्रब्स एंड ट्रीज. लेट मी क्लियर यू. Herbs are the ones in which the height is not much more, they are small heighted, their stem is non-woody, it is green in color and it performs photosynthesis. Sorry. Now after the herbs, the short heighted plants which are having a woody stem, but the stem is easily breakable, you can easily break with the help of the, and jasmine is the type of a shrub. And the trees are the ones in which the stem is woody but it's thick, which cannot be easily broken down by our hands. Okay, it needs a large pressure and machines to be cut off. So I was talking about jasmine. तो jasmine के केस में हम क्या करते हैं, लेयरिंग में जो सबसे लोअर मोस्ट ब्रांच होती है उसको हम थोड़ा बेंड करते हैं और सॉइल में डिग कर देते हैं और उसमें हल्का से एक माइनर कट देते हैं एलोंगेटेड फॉर्म में. फिर उसके बाद और ये ध्यान रखते हैं कि जो ब्रांच का टिप है, जो एंडिंग थी, वो सॉइल से अबव पोजीशन में होने चाहिए. जब आप उसकी प्रॉपर वाटरिंग करते हो, उसके नरिशमेंट्स को प्रोवाइड करते हो, तो आफ्टर फ्यू डेज यू विल फाइंड आउट जो आपने वहाँ पे नॉच क्रिएट किया था और जो आपने डिग किया था विद इन द सॉइल, वहाँ से रूटिंग स्टार्ट हो गया. मीन्स इट इज़ गिविंग राइज टू द न्यू प्लांट, दैट इज़ द न्यू ऑर्गेनिज्म, सॉरी दैट इज़ द जैस्मिन प्लांट. इज इट क्लियर? सो सेकेंड इज लेयरिंग एंड द थर्ड वन विच इज़ नोन एज ग्राफ्टिंग. व्हाट इज़ ग्राफ्टिंग? आपने देखा होगा कभी कभी क्या होता है, दो प्लांट्स की करेक्टर्स को मिक्स करके एक न्यू प्लांट बना दिया जाता है, एक न्यू फ्रूट बना दिया जाता है. दैट इज़ नोन एज ग्राफ्टिंग. ग्राफ्टिंग के केस में क्या होता है, हम दो पार्ट्स लेते हैं. एक प्लांट वो लेते हैं जिसकी हम रूट्स सिस्टम को यूज़ करते हैं, जिसको हम एक स्लैंट कट देते हैं, और दूसरा प्लांट वो यूज़ करते हैं जिसके फ्लावर्स और फ्रूट्स को हमें मॉडिफाई करना है और उसका हम टॉप प्लांट लेते हैं. और दोनों को कट ऐसे होते हैं कि वो क्लोज यूनियन से हम क्या करते हैं, वेट क्लॉथ की हेल्प से कवर कर देते हैं और कुछ दिनों तक ऐसे रहने देते हैं ताकि इनके बीच में कनेक्शन बन जाए और दोनों के बीच में लिंक्स बन जाए. दैट इज़ द थर्ड टाइप ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल वेजिटेटिव प्रोपेगेशन. नाउ after completing the first type of reproduction, that is known as asexual reproduction, I am moving to the next or the second type of reproduction, that is your sexual reproduction in detail. So today we will discuss more about the sexual reproduction. In the previous lecture, I have given you the differences between the asexual and sexual reproduction. First, so I am repeating that one with reference to the sexual reproduction. First, the sexual reproduction is a biparental. It involves two parents. Now, second, as two parents are involved, there is a fusion of gametes, which later on results in the formation of the zygote. Third, after the zygote, the process. First of all, the fusion of gametes will involve the process known as the meiosis, and the later on the zygote will develop into the offspring or the progeny by the cell division known as the mitosis. This means it involves both type of cell division, that is the meiosis as well as mitosis. The next difference was that in case of the sexual reproduction, it is a slow process and a complex process which occurs mainly in case of the higher organisms because there is a division of labor. So, after discussing all these points, the thing which is the most important about the sexual reproduction is the progeny shows the variation. What? The progeny shows variation, which results in the process known as the evolution. Means the whatever the evolution is occurring within the organism, within the environment, that is a result of the sexual reproduction either directly or indirectly. Now, after these brief revision, I am talking about what are the steps, what are the events which occur in the sexual reproduction. First of all, before starting that, I would like to bring your attention toward a special term known as the juvenile phase, and second, that is the reproductive phase. Do you know the difference between these two? I am going to clear it. Juvenile phase is that particular phase during which the body is preparing itself for the various changes in the hormone level as well as the various changes for the formation of the gametes. Means it is the phase in which the body is highly active, which is preparing itself for the process of reproduction. It is maintaining all the requirements which are necessary for undergoing the process of reproduction. So, this phase is known as the juvenile phase in case of the humans and animals, but in case of plants, this phase is characterized as a vegetative phase. So, we can say that in case of the plants, it is known as vegetative phase, but in case of animals, it is defined as a juvenile phase. I think it is clear to you. Now, what is reproductive phase? Reproductive phase is the actual phase in which the person or the individual is undergoing the process of reproduction. Means it is equivalent to the reproductive age is equivalent to the adult age. Means the age at which is by law it has been clarified as a marriageable age, because at that particular time, at that particular age, our body has done all the necessary preparations for the reproduction process, and now we are able to reproduce efficiently. Okay. So, I think these terms are clear to you. Next, moving on to the next heading within the sexual reproduction is events and sexual reproduction. The events in the sexual reproduction can be classified into 3 stages. The 3 stages are: first, the pre-fertilization stage, pre-fertilization, fertilization, and post fertilization. We all know that some terms are not accurate. We have to relate them with the particular conditions. Similarly, the events in the sexual reproduction are relatable. Relatable means in the terms we relate each and every term with respect to the fertilization. First stage is known as pre-fertilization. Pre means पहले, फर्टिलाइजेशन मीन्स फर्टिलाइजेशन के. प्री फर्टिलाइजेशन का मतलब वो सारी इवेंट्स जिसमें हमारी बॉडी प्रिपेयर कर रही है अपने आप को फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ फर्टिलाइजेशन. व्हाट इज फर्टिलाइजेशन? इट इज़ द process by which the male and the female gametes fuse together to form the zygote. That is known as fertilization. तो fertilization के लिए आपको क्या चाहिए? आपको मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेट्स चाहिए, तो उनका फॉर्मेशन भी तो चाहिए, उनका ट्रांसफ़र भी तो चाहिए, क्योंकि एक क्या होता है, मोटाइल होता है, दूसरा नॉन मोटाइल. तो मोटाइल वाले को नॉन मोटाइल तक पहुंचाना भी तो है. तो ये सब जो प्रोसेस हैं, ये सब जो हमें तैयारियां करनी हैं, वो सारी किसके अंदर आती हैं? आपके प्री फर्टिलाइजेशन में. तो pre-fertilization in turn further results two steps. What are they? First is known as gametogenesis and the second one is known as gamete transfer. Without these two steps, without undergoing these two processes, none of the individual can perform the process of fertilization. So, first of all, dealing with the pre-fertilization events, the pre-fertilization basically involves the two steps, that is your gametogenesis and gamete transfer. What is gametogenesis? If we want to we want to divide it into the two particular words, then it is becoming gameto and genesis. Gameto means gametes, genesis means synthesis. We can write like this: gameto means gamete and genesis means synthesis. It is the process by which the gametes are formed. Now, you all know that in case of the humans, if we specially deal with the humans, in case of the humans, there are two types of gametes. One is male gamete, another is female gamete. The male are represented by the symbol this one and the females are represented by the symbol this one. In case of humans, the male gametes are known as sperms, whereas the female gametes are known as ovum or egg. Is it clear? Now, what is the ploidy of these gametes? The gametes are always haploid, means they are having the only half set of chromosomes. Now, the sperms, we all know that the sperms are motile, whereas the ovum is non-motile. So, first process, gametogenesis. As the male gametes are known as sperms, so the process of formation of the sperm is known as spermatogenesis. And the female gametes are known as ovum or egg. That's why the process of formation of the ovum is known as oogenesis. Now, these two terms are clear. Spermatogenesis is the process by which the sperms, that is the male gametes, are formed, and oogenesis is the process by which the female gametes known as the ovums or eggs are formed. This is the case of the humans. If we are talking about the types of the gametes in case of the plants. So, in case of plants, you all know that I am dealing with the plants. In case of the plants, the male and female, the male plants, we can say that flowers may be bisexual, they may be unisexual. You all know the two terms. The two terms are, plants may be having a bisexual flower or it may have a unisexual flower. The two terms are like this. Bisexual flowers are the ones which are having both types. So, what are bisexual flowers? Bisexual flowers are the flowers in which both the reproductive parts, that is the male as well as female parts, are present. That is known as bisexual flower. If the plant is having only, the flower is having only one type of reproductive structure, either they are having only the male parts or either the female parts, then they are known as the unisexual. If the flower is having only the stamens, stamens are what? Stamens are the male parts, then that flower is known as staminode. If they are having only the pistils, they are known as pistillate. I will discuss it later in detail. I am giving you a just brief introduction. Okay. Now, in case of the plants, the male gametes are known as pollen grains. ठीक है, pollen grains को हम शॉर्ट में माइक्रोस्पोर्स भी बोलते हैं, और जो फीमेल गैमेट्स होते हैं उनको हम क्या बोलते हैं? ओव्यूल्स. ठीक है, या हम कह सकते हैं एग्स ही हैं आपके. ठीक है, तो अब पॉलन ग्रेन्स के फॉर्मेशन को हम बोलते हैं, जिस प्रोसेस से ये पॉलन ग्रेन्स बनते हैं उस प्रोसेस का नाम होता है माइक्रोस्पोरोजेनेसिस, और एग्स जो है दैट इज एग्स को हम मेगास्पोर्स भी बोलते हैं, एग्स को हम क्या बोलते हैं, मेगास्पोर्स, ठीक है। तो ये जो आपके मेगास्पोर्स की जो फॉर्मेशन होती है दैट इज नोन एज मेगास्पोरोजेनेसिस। सो these each and every term will be discussed in the term that is your gametogenesis. Now moving to the next, what is gamete transfer? Gametes बन चुके हैं, एक मोटाइल है एक नॉन मोटाइल है। क्या पर्पस सॉल्व हो जाएगा रिप्रोडक्शन का जब तक वो ट्रांसफ़र नहीं होंगे? सो द नेक्स्ट द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट स्टेप in the pre-fertilization event is the gamete transfer. In case of the lower organisms like the algae and fungi, the gamete transfer is done with the help of the water currents, because we all know that these are the plants which live in the mild या humid conditions. तो humid condition का मतलब water available है, aquatic habitat है, तो वो easily transfer हो जाएंगे। अगर हम बात करते हैं सम प्लांट्स की, ठीक है, जो बेसिक प्लांट्स हैं जैसे कि एल्गी हो गई, ब्रायोफाइट्स हो गए, टेरिडोफाइट्स हो गए, तो उनके केस में क्या होता है, आपका जो मूवमेंट होता है वो विद द हेल्प ऑफ द एयर करेंट्स भी हो सकता है, ठीक है। लेकिन अगर हम बात करते हैं हायर एंजियोस्पर्म्स की, तो उनके केस में जो प्रोसेस होता है उसे हम पॉलिनेशन बोलते हैं। क्या वर्ड बोलते हैं हम उसके लिए? Pollination. What is pollination? Pollination is a type of process which is related with the gamete transfer. इसमें basically होता क्या है कि हम आप सबको पता है कि जो pollen grains हैं वो कहाँ फॉर्म होंगे? आपके stamens पे फॉर्म होंगे, ठीक है। और जो आपकी egg cell होती है वो कहाँ प्रेजेंट होती है? आपके राइट पिस्टल्स और कार्पेल पे। और आपको पता है पिस्टल्स और कार्पेल के 3 पार्ट होते हैं, स्टिग्मा, स्टाइल एंड ओवरी। ओवरी के अंदर ओव्यूल्स होते हैं और ओव्यूल्स के अंदर एग सेल। तो जो स्टेमन्स हैं, स्टेमन्स पे क्या है आपके पॉलन ग्रेन्स? द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसफर ऑफ पॉलन ग्रेन्स फ्रॉम कहाँ से? एंथर से, फ्रॉम एंथर टू द स्टिग्मा ऑफ द flower. That process is known as the pollination. Is it clear? Now what is fertilization? The second event in the sexual reproduction is your fertilization. Fertilization means the process by which the two gametes fuse together to form a zygote which undergoes several divisions to form the offspring. Now third is your post fertilization events. Post-fertilization events are the events which occur after the formation of the zygote. The zygote have been formed which is of the diploid state and in a single end. ठीक है, these zygote will undergo a large number of mitotic divisions to form the offspring, and it can be divided into the पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन में अब जो डेवलपमेंट होगी किसकी होगी? एक तो जाइगोट डेवलप करेगा, जाइगोट से क्या बन गया? एम्ब्रियो, और एम्ब्रियो बनने के बाद एम्ब्रियो डेवलप करेगा और क्या बनाएगा? आपका ऑफस्प्रिंग। दीज ऑल इवेंट्स आर इन्वॉल्व इन द पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन इवेंट्स। आई होप this topic is clear to you. So I am ending the session over here. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you.